Hello. Um, Welcome to this training on Facebook advertising. So in this training, we will be exploring um, how to get started with Facebook ads. Basically, we will start from the very fundamentals, and then we work our way up to the more advanced concepts, and we'll try to keep it as simple as possible. And the objective is that at the end of the training, you will be able to create effective Facebook ads. You'll be able to set it up yourself, even if you've never done this before. And you can use that to promote your business or services and other things that you might want to achieve with it. And of course, you know that Facebook is a very massive platform, and the number of users you have on Facebook is something you cannot ignore as a business person. And that's why Facebook advertising is very key. You'll be able to find the right audience for your message, the potential customers for your business. All of these you will find on Facebook. And so as we delve into this, just pay attention, follow it step by step. Try not to get overwhelmed by the information. You can always rewind and watch some things, put it on repeat until you absorb and assimilated the concepts. Okay, so why run Facebook ads? So that's the question. Why should we run Facebook ads? Well, a number of reasons. The number one thing, of course, is to reach your customers or potential customers. So Facebook ads allow you to reach uh, your customers for your business, and it also helps you to generate leads. So basically, a lead is also a potential customer for your business, people who are interested in what you're offering, be it products or services. So you can generate leads, and there is a special kind of ads objective whereby you can aim at generating leads using Facebook. It's called the lead generation ads using Facebook, which would allow you, for example, to collect names and maybe email addresses or phone numbers of potential customers and things like that. And of course, you grow your sales and grow your business. So that's what it's all about. So business is built around the customers. Any business that runs out of customers basically runs aground. So you want to grow your sales with Facebook ads, and ultimately all of this is to enable you make more money, profit for your business. That's the bottom line. So in summary, you go into Facebook advertising basically to give your business the visibility that it requires or it deserves or it needs to be able to grow. A business that lacks visibility is a business that will lack customers, because people need to know what you are offering, what you have, available, and that is the only time they would, possibly consider patronizing your business. So if people don't know about you, even if you had the best products, the best services, you are the most skilled person in a particular field or endeavor, if people do not know about you, well, uh, nobody's going to pay you for that. So people only deal with what they can see. So you want to be seen, you want your business to be seen. And so meet your instructor. So uh, who am I? Well, um, I'm an e-commerce specialist and a digital marketing expert, which is why I can talk about the concept of Facebook advertising. And basically, I have been doing this for a while. I've run countless Facebook ads various product niches, and of course with experience you get to learn what works, what doesn't work. I have had several one-on-one interaction and meetings with Facebook advertising expert or Facebook marketing expert from Facebook office in London, and over the time I have been able to develop this understanding of how Facebook works. I have been able to implement Facebook strategies in my own business, and honestly, I have seen incredible results. I mean, just imagine if you have to invest 5,000 naira into an ad, and you can generate sales of over 150,000 naira in less than 10 hours, and where you have a profit margin that is running towards between 70,000 naira thereabout. If you can do that in less than a day, I mean, that's the power of Facebook. So I have experienced it and I can talk about it. And my name is Kachi MNM, and of course you can also follow me on social media, so you can also get to know more. I'm on Instagram at Kachi MNN, so you can do that, and hopefully we interface some more and get to learn and grow together. So we'll quickly move on to the real thing. Get on the platform on Facebook and begin to explore the possibilities and see how we can use Facebook to give our business the boost that it deserves. Okay. All right, guys. So here this is just my personal Facebook account, and of course when you also log into your own Facebook page, you're gonna your Facebook account, you would of course have different things on your Facebook news feed. This obviously is the Facebook news feed and all of that. But what's important as a beginner is to know that there are basically two aspects to Facebook. There is the business side and there is the purely social side. Now, what happens is that those people who are on the business side and who understand the business side of social media, they make money from those who only know about the social side of social media, to put it that way. So people are online on Facebook, reading things that are of interest to them, maybe watching videos, sharing content, checking up and keeping up with family and friends, and all of that. But the business minded people who understand the business aspect of Facebook, for example, they're able to use Facebook in such a way to also reach out to their potential customers who are also on Facebook. And so that is important. So when anybody signs up with Facebook, you all have this Facebook your home page like this. But where the difference starts is by going the business direction. And how do you do that? It starts with what you call Facebook pages. So you have to create a business page. It is when you have a business page that you're able to maximize fully the power of Facebook. So you need a business page. And how do you create a page? It's very simple. So if you look over here, you have pages. Okay. Now on your own Facebook, I mean, it might appear a bit differently depending on how much you use your Facebook account and all of that. But basically what you need to do is to find where you have pages, okay? Or you can also find where you have create. And when you click on that, it should be able to give you opportunity to basically create a Facebook page. So here we have pages. So if I clicked on this, So this is what it gives me. So because I have so many pages already created, okay, as you can see, for my various businesses, those pages are already here. If I wanted to create a new page, all I need to do is come to this point where it says create new page, and then I will just click on that. And if I clicked on that, you can see right here where it says create a page, it says page name required. It says use the name of your business, brand, or organization, or a name that explains what the page is about. So basically, this is where you're starting from. So you have a business and the business has a name. So you want to give your page the name that reflects what your business is all about. So if somebody is into fashion, and maybe the person's name is probably Peter, you can have Peter's fashion or Peter's fabrics. That might be your Facebook page name, okay? Or whatever it is that you do, you just need to give that page a name, and the name should resonate with what you do or what services or products that you want to use that page for. And then category here, it tells you, okay, what is the category, it says choose a category that describes what type of business, organization, or topic the page represents. So if someone is, for example, into fashion, like I said, the person just types fashion, it gives you option: fashion model, fashion designer, designer, fashion, women's clothing, clothing store, and things like that. For example, someone could be into agriculture, and you see agricultural cooperative, agricultural service, and all of that, shopping and retail. So basically, you just want to put a category that captures what your business is all about. That's important, so that of course your page will be easily discoverable, by people who have interest related to what you do. So that is basically how you go about doing creating your Facebook page. You complete all of this information, and then you just follow the prompts provided. You can see right here where it says create a page. So if we completed all of this, okay, so let's just say uh, Peter's fashion, and let's say category, say fashion. Maybe it's a design and fashion business. So once we do that, we can see this create a page button now has been activated. So once I click on this, it will simply create this page for me. Then the next thing you would need to do is then to start customizing that page and to make it look nice. For example, this is the way it's going to appear. Peter's fashion, you can see it here. And here you will need to have a profile picture or image for the business. This could be your logo, and here also this square out, rectangular outline here would have also an image or something that represents or is related to the business as well. So that's when you begin to customize the page, so that when people visit that page, the page looks professional, looks neat and clean. So this is about that, but of course I'm not going to create this page just to show you how you get started by creating the page. I already have pages created, and I'm just going to use already created page for what we want to do. But this is just how you do it. It's very simple. You click on create a page, you provide the name of the page, and then choose a category, as simple as that, and you create the page. Here of course you have description, but it's not compulsory. But of course, eventually when you're customizing your page, you need to put a description, talk about your business, so people basically understand what your business is all about. So I'm just going to go back. Okay, yes, leave. Okay, so that said and done. So we come back here. So the next thing we want to do is to go ahead to start creating ads or understand how Facebook ads creation works. Basically, there are two ways to create an ad on Facebook. There is the simple and easy way, which is like the beginner's way, you could call it the novice way, or something of that nature. It's not the very detailed way. So we are going to do that. So here is one of the pages, one of my business pages. So this is for an automobile business, and so basically what you have here is sales of cars, motor vehicle, and all of that. So what I want to show you with this page is how you can promote your business on Facebook. Okay, how you can create an ad. So what we're going to do is we're going to use an example, okay, of this very post here. You see, when you come to your business page, you are able to post things. You see here it says create a post. So when you create a post, basically what it means, you are uploading content to your page. So you can upload images, videos, or whatever it is to your page. And so that is the way how I was able to upload this image of this car. This is a Lexus LX570. Okay, and you have all that uploads here. This is a Toyota Corolla, that's a Toyota Highlander, and all of that. So you can see that. So these are various uploads on this page. Now when you look at each of these uploads, you would see there is this button here which says boost post, and when you put your cursor over it, it says get more people to see and engage with your post. You want more people to see your post. If you remember when we talked about why run a Facebook ad, we talk of reaching people, engaging with more people, potential customers. So you want to boost posts. So this is the very easy and simplest way to run a Facebook ad. When you have created your Facebook page and you upload content such as these products that you're selling or services you're offering, the next thing you want to click on boost post. If you click on this like so, what we get is this. It brings us to this page. It says boost post. It says go. What results would you like from this ad? Okay, and then button here it says, so when I put the cursor over this, it says this button will also appear on the original post on your page. It can't be removed or changed after your post has been boosted. Okay, so basically this button is to determine where you want people to reach you when you run this when you create this ad. How do you want people to reach you? Do you want them to send you a message on Messenger, or you want them to send you a WhatsApp message and all of that? And because WhatsApp also is a Facebook company, so the platforms are integrated, so it's possible for you to run an ad on Facebook, and when people see it, they can message you and you get the message delivered to your WhatsApp. You can also have the message delivered to your Messenger. And so that's basically what this button is. So in trying to boost this post for more people to interact with it, you have to choose how you want people to be able to reach you, and that is that. And here it talks of special ad category. So basically there are some ads that are sensitive or that relate to certain topics which Facebook categorizes as special. For example, things such as credit, employment, housing, social issues, elections, or politics. These are things that Facebook categorizes as special ads. So if you're running an ad that is maybe a political campaign or something like that, you would need to, of course, check this, or things related to all of this, employment and all of that. That's basically to enable you adhere to Facebook ads policy. Sometimes people flout the Facebook ads policy, and what usually happens, either your ad does not fly, in which case after creating the ad it does not run and people cannot interact with the ads, or sometimes outrightly, depending on the extent to which the person flouts the ads policies. The person's ads account can even be banned by Facebook, and so that is that. So the other portion of this that we need to look at is here where it says audience. It says who should see your ad. You see, this is one of the most powerful things about Facebook. Facebook has the power to, it puts the power in your hand as a business person. You have the ability to decide who sees your ad, who interacts with your ad. When you go through the uh, the traditional method of advertising, say maybe using television, if you put an advert on a television, say a national television, all kinds of people see your ads, and there is no filtration, as it were, to determine the quality of people who see the ads. A lot of people who will see it might not really have interest in it. So in this case, for example, we will have uh, a car, a Lexus LX 570, that we want to sell. If we just put it on a national TV, so many people are going to see it. You have children who are at home watching the television, and when the ad runs, they will just see it, but they don't have the capacity to purchase it. And so many people who are going to see it will not have the capacity to patronize your business. So at the end of the day, you will be spending money showing your ads to people who really are not going to become your customers. They don't have what it takes. So but Facebook allows you to decide on the kind of people you want to see your ads, and that is really the powerful thing about Facebook, and that is what is popularly referred to as targeting your audience. And here it asks you for audience details. So basically what you need to do, if you click on this right here, it's going to open up this box which lets you tell Facebook the people you want to see your ad, and of course that will be dependent on the product or services you're offering. So you can see here you have gender, men, women, or both. So if you have a product that is more for women, you might want to just target women only, in which case you're going to select women. If you have a product that is meant for men only, you might want to just target men only. If you have a product that goes for both sexes, well, you can target all. And then the other thing is age. So basically it says select the minimum and maximum age of the people who will find your advert relevant. Not every ad is relevant to everybody. Age range matters. So if you were to say, okay, you want to target from 13 to 65 plus, and maybe what you're selling, like in our case, is a car, a Lexus, LX 570 2017 model. If you're targeting someone who is 13 years of age, you're practically just wasting your money. So you want to ask yourself, what age bracket could possibly afford this product? That is the question you have at the back of your mind, and you want to provide answers to that. Obviously, anybody who is at 13 really is not going to be able to afford that in most cases, unless their parents are just gifting it to them, in which case you still need to target the parents. So you will probably look at something from maybe about 30 something or 40 something, but of course this can vary depending on the environment, on the economy, or where you are targeting. If you are targeting in one country or in another country, it's going to vary, because different countries have people have different spending power. There's a concept known as uh, uh, purchasing power parity, something of that nature in economics. So different countries have different people have different economic realities. So in some countries it might be possible that people who are in their 30s or 20s could afford the product with ease. In another country, it could be that people who are in their 40s is what you should be looking at and above. So you have to check the age range that best suits or fits the product and services you're offering. always think of who makes the decision to purchase the product or service that you are offering. Target the decision maker, the people who can make decision to say buy this or don't buy this. So that is what you want to do. When you target children or certain people who are in their 20s for a vehicle that goes for over 50 million naira, you will be making a mistake. So that is basically about this. And then you have locations. You can of course choose locations where you want to target people. If you want to target people in Abuja, in Lagos, wherever, you could just type that here, and you can see you have that there. You will just select that, and you want to target people in maybe in a Kano, you can just type that, and then it's just going to give you that. So basically all you do is decide where are your target audience, where do they reside, what environment. So those are the kind of things you would need to determine about your potential customers, and those information is what you're going to provide to Facebook. And Facebook has this information already on their users, so they'll use that to help you reach your target audience. And you will see here there's an estimate of potential reach of 1.9 million people here. And so you can of course go ahead to determine other things about your audiences, give Facebook other details to be able to get or reach the right people. So this is basically what you do. So I'm just gonna close this, okay, because we are still going to go into detailed targeting later when we go to what I describe as the more professional way of setting up a Facebook ad. Remember that this is the first way, which is by boosting a post that you have put on your Facebook page. Now here we have this option selected for audience, people you choose through targeting, which we have gone through. But you can also decide to target people who like your page. So you set up a business page on Facebook and people can like those pages. So sometimes you might want to run an ad on Facebook to advertise to people who already like your pages. This option here will also allow you to advertise to people who like your page and their friends. And of course, this gets more interesting. Now, if you have say 1,000 persons who like your page, and you choose this option, and each of those 1,000 persons, maybe they each have at least 100 persons, then you can imagine the number of persons you can reach. And of course, this option here, it says people in your local area. So if you select this option, it allows you to target people who are within your local area. And this is very important for businesses that are restricted by location or geography. For example, someone who runs a restaurant would most likely need to target people who are within the area, who can of course visit the restaurant and patronize the restaurant. There is no point having a restaurant in Lagos and you're targeting people who are somewhere in Sokoto. It doesn't matter how appetizing your food looks and everything. Nobody will travel from Sokoto all the way from to Lagos to come and have a lunch or something like that. So you have to use this for businesses that are localized. So you have a barber shop, maybe you make hair, maybe you run a bakery, something localized. You can use this option and tell Facebook, or you want to target people who live within that area. So Facebook knows people who live within those areas. There are of course maps that are integrated into all those things. And what you need to know, some of these applications and platforms, they share information at certain level. For example, you have Google Maps and all of that. Google Maps knows where you go every day, every month, and all of that. Some of these platforms have this integration, so they can share information. They know people who live within a certain area, and so with that, you can expose your business and your services to people within your localities. And so that is basically that. And here talks about duration. How long do you want the ad to run? You can increase it and decrease it from here. End date, when do you want the ad to end, starting from the day you created the ad and all of that. And then you want to, this is about your budget. You have to determine how much you want to spend for the ad. You can increase it from here, you can increase it from here, decrease it, whatever it is you want to do. So that's basically that. And so let's not bother about this for now. This is a bit advanced. We'll look at this much later. And the other thing is on this part here it says estimated daily result. Okay, people reached. So basically it says this is the number of people we estimate, that's Facebook estimates, that you're going to reach in your audience each day. And it says this has to do with factors like your bid and budget. Your actual reach may be higher or lower than this estimate. So basically Facebook gives you an estimate of the number of persons who can possibly interact with your ads or see your ads daily. And here we have 428 to 1.2k, or 1,200 people that the Facebook estimates will see your ad. And this is determined by the people you select in terms of your audience. Okay, the audience you select and other things. As you do that, you see that this thing will change. So let me just put this targeted ad. You can see there's a change there. So this gives you an idea the number of persons that will interact with your ads every day. Now imagine someone who is running a brick and mortar business, and the person is always sitting there by the corner of the street or in a market or wherever where the person is, carrying on their business. What is the possibility that every day you can predict, that you have at least 453 persons to 1,300 persons, visiting your business every day? What is the possibility? Can you predict that? So you see, Facebook advertising brings that, predictability into what you're doing, into your business, and allows you to be able to understand and measure things. You have an idea the number of persons you can reach. But someone who just runs brick and mortar business and who is not using the power of Facebook advertising, the person sits there hoping that somebody walks into his business place or shop or whatever and inquires about the business. But here you are taking the business to the people, right to their mobile phones, right to their computers and everything. And you can estimate that every day you're going to get this number of persons to see your business. And if you have this range in terms of number seeing your business on a daily basis, in a month you can imagine the number of persons who have seen your business and what that can potentially translate to in terms of profitability for your business. So basically, when you have set up all of these things, all you just need to do is to click on boost post now. And once you do that, the ad will be submitted to Facebook. Facebook will look at it and ensure that the ad actually complies with their advertising policies. And if the ad complies, the ad goes live and starts running, and people begin to interact with your business. So that is using boost post to promote your business. That is the first way and simple way to do that. Now we are going to go into the other method or other way of doing it, which is the more detailed approach to using Facebook ads for your business. Okay, so when you want to do that, what you want to do is to locate Ads Manager. So when you sign into your Facebook, look for Ads Manager, and this is Ads Manager here, and then we click on Ads Manager. This is an interface where Facebook has created specially for ads, for Facebook ads. Everything ads is right here. Ads Manager, that's what helps you to really create the perfect ads and all of that, and that is Ads Manager. So we are just going to look at that. So basically, when you're in Ads Manager, this is what you get. And you can see here you have business tools, you have Ads Manager, you have ad account settings, event manager, audiences, account quality, business settings. All of these things, you see, you have a lot more details. You can do so much more when you're here in Ads Manager. This is where you can pay Facebook, for the advertising and all of that. You can set up so many things. There are more advanced concepts such as a Facebook Pixel, which is a code that allows Facebook to basically track how people interact with your assets online, with your adverts, with your websites and things like that, and helps you to optimize your ads to get the best of results. And you can see audiences and all of these things. You have audience insights, attribution analytics, ads reporting, where you can get a detailed report on your ads and all of those kind of things. So that is what ads manager does for you. It gives you a lot more capacity and capabilities to get the best out of Facebook. Audience insight is something that we will talk about because I consider that to be very important. The truth of the matter is that we cannot exhaust all of these things we have here in this training, because that's quite a lot. But I'm just going to point out some of the very important things that you should be able to consider. One of them will be Ads Insight. We should be able to look at that rather briefly. Okay, so back to this. So when you want to create an ad, first of all, you can see it says see more ad accounts. So there is what you call ad accounts. So you normally would have an ad account created, and then you can run your ads from various ad accounts. As you can see here, we have two different ad accounts, and so just loading up the second one here, and we're just going to take it off from there. So basically, you can see that we have quite a number of ads here. These are ads that will run in the past. Okay, these are ads that will run in the past. For example, this particular ad here had a total of 727 clicks, link clicks. People who click on the link that will put up on this ad, and it reached over 33,000 persons. Okay, and that is it. So you can even see from here we have ads that are targeting this is US, this is UK. So we have ads that are targeted US, and you can see from anywhere in the world you can run Facebook ad and target anybody. This is a US ad. We have 281 people from US clicking on this ad. This is 133 persons from US. This is 158 persons from the UK. This is 86 persons. So I can be anywhere in Nigeria, anywhere, run ads to my business and have people actually interact with my business. There's no limitation, and that is why we talk about taking your business online and breaking the barriers that most and nearly all brick and mortar businesses have to face. So when we want to create an ad on Facebook, and we are already here in ads manager, what we want to do is to go to create. So when I go to create, I click on create. Okay, so watch what happens. You see, when you look at this and compare with what we had when we had the boost post option, you can see here there is a bit of a difference. So buying type, okay, it's just asking you. So basically auction, you leave it at that. But what is more important is here, it says choose a campaign objective. So when you run Facebook ads, you must have an objective, and the objective will determine what you're going to do or how you're going to run the ads or what options you're going to select here. Here you see there is awareness, and under awareness you have this brand awareness. So if you put your cursor there, it says show your ads to people who are most likely to remember them. Okay, brand awareness. Reach, it says show your ads to the maximum number of people. So when you just want to create awareness for a business, for a brand, for a product, whatever it is, you want to tell Facebook, oh, I want brand awareness, and you tell Facebook that, so that when Facebook is showing your ads, Facebook understands that you want brand awareness, and based on the information that they have on their users and all of that, they know the best people to show it. Now, the other campaign objective is consideration. So under consideration, you have traffic. So traffic says send people to a destination like a website, app, Facebook event, or messenger conversation. So if, for example, you have a website for your business where you have your products and services, and you want people to go to that website, you can choose traffic as your campaign objective, to send traffic, as much traffic as possible, to that particular website or app or whatever it is. And of course, the more people you send, the more people that gets to interact with that business, and ultimately you can get conversions from there. Then engagement, it says get more page likes, event responses, or post reactions, comments, or shares. So if you are seeking to get people to like your page, for example, your Facebook business page that you've created, you want to use engagement. Facebook understands the behavior of the users on its platform, and it knows the people who most likely would respond in a certain way. And so Facebook has all those information. All you need to do is to understand the objective of your campaign. You want to know what you want to be able to achieve through this particular campaign, and you tell Facebook. If you want people to comment on your post and things like that, or to even share the things you've put up, then engagement will be a good option under consideration. The other one is app installs. So basically, you want Facebook to show your ad to people most likely to download and engage with your app. Maybe you have a new app, or you're an app developer or something like that. You have built this lovely app that solves a nice problem, but then you want people to download the app. Until people download it, of course, they cannot connect with whatever solution you provided with that app. So you want people who most likely see that your advert and download the apps. So you choose that. If you want video views, for example, you say show people video ads. You want video views. Facebook understands the behavior of people who use Facebook platforms. So if you want more views, maybe somebody who does skits, for example, the person will need more views. Of course, the more people view your skits, the better. So in that case, if you want to promote one of your skits, you might be considering video views. Okay. The other option is lead generation. So I had mentioned this earlier. You want to generate leads for your business or your brand. Facebook can allow you, using lead generation ad, to actually collect things like emails, things like phone numbers from people, and then you can deal with them, for example. And people who do things like maybe something like real estate, this can work, where you can actually get people's contact and call them and really try to sell what you have to them. So lead generation is very, very useful. And then the other one is messages. Say show people ads that allow them to engage with you on Messenger, WhatsApp, or Instagram direct. So you want to show your campaign to people, and you want to be able to interact with them on Messenger or WhatsApp and all of that. That's when you choose this particular objective. So the other objective is conversion. So under conversion, there are three items: conversions, catalog sales, store traffic. So what are conversion? It says show your ads to people most likely to take valuable actions like making a purchase or adding payment info on your website, app, or a messenger. When people go online on Facebook and then they click on ads and they go on to maybe make purchases, add like payment information and things like that, Facebook has those records. They know those people who are likely to do that. So when you want conversion is basically to achieve a particular set objective, or to get a particular action taken by people who see your ads. When you want that, you want people to view a particular web page, you want people to make purchase or something like that, this is what you want to choose. Catalog conversions. Catalog sales It says use your target audience to show people ads with items from your catalog. So basically, you have Facebook catalog, so you can upload the products, for example, onto your Facebook catalog, and what happens is that you run the ads, those your products are shown to people. And the other one is store traffic, where it says show your ad to people most likely to visit your physical stores when they are near them. So if you recall, while we talked about boost posts, we talked of the option of the locality when you're choosing the audience, the target audience. If you have a business that is localized, like a restaurant, like a barber shop or something like that, like a car wash, you want to find people who are localized within your area. So in this case, store traffic does the same thing from ads manager. You want to show your ad to people who are most likely to visit your physical stores when they are near them. So Facebook will know that these people are within reach, within a certain, radius from your business, and they can target them. So that is what this is. So the campaign objective you choose will be determined by the goals you have set for your business, what your business is about. For most SMEs, you really don't have much to do with brand awareness and reach and all of that. I mean, you can do that, but for most SMEs, you do not have the budget to sustain this. So what you need is a way to get to the sale as quickly as possible. And because of that, you would want to be hovering between conversion and consideration. That is where you will be hovering. Big organizations are the ones that really do a lot of this. For example, if you take a brand such as Coca-Cola, they do lots of ads, brand awareness. That's what they do. You don't normally see a Coca-Cola advert that is telling you to come and buy some bottles of Coca-Cola and all those kind of things. They just keep creating awareness, brand awareness. So large organizations usually do a lot of this. All of the large organizations, they do lots of this. Sometimes they can also do this, but smaller businesses, SMEs, people who need fast results. You have a product you want to put online and you want to sell this product. You don't have all the money to start running awareness. You just want people to see this, people who would need it, who will buy it and pay you by the next day. You want to be looking at these conversions and considerations. So that is about that. So for the sake of this training, we will just go with traffic, okay? Because with traffic, send people to a destination like a website, app, and all of that. And the reason why this is good for the sake of the training is that we can assume that you have a website already for your business, because the idea is for you to take your business online. So when you have a website for your business, you have the products you're offering on a website already, you have your services listed on a website. Now you want to drive traffic to that website, as much traffic as possible, people who would be interested in what you're offering. So that's what you want to do, drive traffic to that your website. Okay, so when we select traffic, the next thing it says name your campaign, which is optional and all of that. So it says includes the campaign objective and budget optimization. Name this campaign, all of these. Just name this ad set, name this ad. So you can call it anything you want to call it. Name this campaign. So what could we promote? For example, let's say we are promoting maybe fashion. Let's say we are promoting fashion, but not just we have to be more specific. What product are we promoting? Maybe we are promoting suits. Okay, we are promoting suits. Maybe we'll be targeting corporate people and things like that. So we can say something like suits for corporate. Okay, something of that nature. And we can give this whatever names we want to give it. So basically Okay, so I can call this 1 and then call this 2, whatever. Okay, so the next thing we'll click continue. Okay, all right, so it has got this suit for corporate, okay, and all of that. So we are going to be going step by step to get this ad to where we want it to be. So the first thing, of course, campaign name. So we have put that already, suit for corporate. And then here, special ad categories. So we have talked about this before, that if you're running ads related or relating to certain topics that Facebook considers to be special, you'd have to indicate that here. But then this ad is not about that, so we don't bother with that. So here, campaign details, okay, auction, and then campaign objective is traffic, which we have just selected, and it says they show more options. So campaign spending limits none, so that is really not very important. So this is what we need. We selected the campaign objective. Here, A/B test. So it says test campaigns, ad sets, and ads against each other to understand which strategies give you the best results. Your potential reach will be divided among them for more accurate results. So basically what it's saying, when you run ads, you can modify certain things to observe the performance. Basically you're testing. So A/B split test. So you are running ad for these suits for corporate, and maybe at the end of the day you want to use different images to target the same audience, and you want to find out how does the variation in images used affect the result. So you might realize that one particular image does better for whatever reason. So that's what you want to do here. And then you can also test different audiences to know how they perform. So basically this allows you to compare one ad against another to see how it performs. So over time, as you now discover what works, what gives you the best result, you then want to optimize that. So that is a bit more like an advanced stuff and experimentation. So for the sake of for the purposes of this training, we are not going to be setting up all of that, but that is just what this means. So basically we move on to the next step. Okay, the next step, so we get into a bit of more details. So here we've already, it's asking, it says choose where you want to drive traffic. Okay, is it a website, or you want to send people to an app, or you want to send the traffic to your messenger, or you want to send the traffic to your WhatsApp? So you need to choose where you want to send people. You need to choose where you want to send people. So when people see this ad and they click on it, where does it take them to? So we're assuming that we have a website somewhere, and this website is where we want to send people to. So if that is the case, we're going to select website here. That is where we want to send people to, and then we are going to, of course, input the website URL somewhere down here, and then we're going to create the rest of the ad. So here you should leave this dynamic creative. Okay, a little bit of more advanced stuff. What you want to focus on is from here. So you have budgets. Okay, your ad set budget is daily or lifetime amount you want to spend on this ad set. Okay, so basically you're just determining how much do I want to spend. This is daily budget or lifetime budget. So daily budget means the amount you want to spend maximum every day. Lifetime budget is simply the total amount you want to spend ever for that particular ad. So you can select that. So here, for example, one can just change this, maybe say 5,000 naira a day. Okay, so if it's saying that it looks higher than usual, so whatever it is, but then you can just select whatever you want. Okay, if you want to spend 1,000 naira a day, that's up to you. You want to spend 2,000 naira a day, that's up to you. So just select, okay, I want to spend so maximum daily. And here is the schedule. It says you can choose to run your ads continuously starting today or only during a specific date range. Okay, so basically here allows you to say, okay, I want this ad to start running on this particular date, and this is March 31st 2021. You can change that. Maybe if you don't want the ad to start running on this date, you can put a future date there, and of course you can even select the time and all of that. You can even set an end date when you want an ad to end, because there are some ads you run for certain things, certain events or programs, and maybe it's an event that is happening on a particular date. There is no point running the ad beyond the date that the event had already occurred. So you want to set that here and things like that. So basically it will depend on what ad you're running and all of that. So now we come back to audience. We had talked about this somewhat when we talked about the boost post option for running Facebook ads. And so here the audience, it allows us to create, the audience, the people who we want to see our ads. That's what this is, a create new audience. Here it says use saved audience. So if you already have audiences created, you can click on this drop down arrow here and select an already created and saved audience. So you can create an audience, save it for future ads. So but in this case, because this is a training, so we want to create a new audience. And remember, we said we are creating these suits for corporates. That's our business, what we want to sell. We're going to be selling suits for people who need suits, for corporate wears and things like that. So that's what we're going to be using, or what we are selling. That's the business, the rather like the hypothetical kind of business we are running for the sake of this training. So here it's asking for locations, age, gender, and then it talks of detailed targeting. So these are the things that you need to take note of whenever you want to run an ad. You want to consider locations. What locations? Where are the people who are most likely going to patronize me? Where do they possibly live? So these are research that you would have done, behind the scenes before you come to Facebook to, begin to set up an ad. So you need to find out, where do these people live? You have to also ask yourself, what is the range of the ages that is more suitable or more suited for this product or service? Is it something for people in their 20s, for young adults, or is it something for people who are middle aged, for something 50 something? Is it for people who are 65 plus, maybe retirees or something like that? So you have to determine that based on what your business is all about. And of course, the gender. Is it something that is for both genders, for female and male? Is it something that is gender specific? So you would determine all of these for a business. So let's get started and do something. So in terms of the location, so just click on edit. Okay, so we want to search locations. Where are these people? So we are talking of suit for corporate. In what places do we find people who wear suits or need our services, suit for corporate? Okay, so we can talk about Lagos State. Okay, we know we have lots of businesses in Lagos, so we can say Lagos State, for example. Okay, and we type that, we see Lagos, we select that, and observe that whenever you add a location, this audience definition and the potential reach usually changes. Okay, so it says you have potential reach of 8.3 million people. So let me just include Abuja, for example. So I select Abuja. Let's just see what happens. So now you see it says potential reach is 11 million people. Okay, and it tells you estimated daily results based on your budget. The amount of money you want to spend daily is 4,000 to 12,000 people that you potentially reach with the ad. So imagine where you're reaching 4,000 to 12,000 people daily for your business. You will not get this result if you have just a brick and mortar store. In fact, if you have 4,000 people come to your store in one day, you're going to be so exhausted at the end of the day. And then here tells you the number of estimated link clicks. So of this number of people reached, Facebook is telling you that out of this number, you can expect that between 138 to 399 people will click on your ad. Click on your ad that will take them to the website where you have those your products displayed. And remember that based on the budget we put here, we said 2,000 naira per day. So if you spend 2,000 naira to get between 138 to 399, almost 400 persons to actually click and go see your business, would that be something that you consider to be worth doing? Absolutely, I think so. So that is what you can get with Facebook. So we have entered Lagos here. You've entered the Abuja. So we can basically just work with these two locations for now. Now we can of course go into more details, but let's just work with this for now. The next thing we need to do is the age. What is the range of age of people who will likely need suits for corporate, for their jobs and things like that? So obviously we're looking at people who will likely be employed. So if someone has to go to school, finish from school, graduate and all of that, maybe do service and things like that, and then with the peculiarities of the Nigerian environment and everything, so you have to ask yourself what is the optimal age. So maybe you might be looking for people from maybe about 30, possibly. It's possible to have people who are of course under that, who are working in the corporate environment, but maybe you might get better results with people who are in their 30s. But of course, like we said about the A/B testing, you can test different things. It's possible for you to run this ad with people who are in their 30s plus, and then you can set up another ad with people who are in their from 25 and things like that, and then you compare the results you're getting to basically really understand what works best. And here it's saying 65 plus, so we want to find people who are still in their prime of work. So maybe something like 45. So if we say between 30 and 45 of age. So now when you look at this potential reach, from 11 million or thereabout, it has dropped to 3.7 million people, because we've cut off a lot of people who very likely will not patronize us, who very likely are not going to be our customers, because what we want to do is to narrow down. Some people might see 11 million and they're like, wow, let me just target 11 million people. Oh, if I can target this 11 million. No, it's about drilling down to the people who are most likely to positively interface with your business, people who are likely going to spend money with your business. So that is why we need to define the audience. So by doing this, to reduce the potential reach to 3.7 million people. Okay, the next thing is gender. So click on edit. So men, women. So suit for corporate, what is it going to be? Are we saying okay, suit for corporate both for men and for women, or is it just for women, or is it just for men? So those are the questions that we are going to be asking ourselves. So if it were just for men, we'll just click this and say we just want to target men, maybe just men suit. You see again, the potential reach is now 2.1 million, And if it were just women, we could just click women, maybe just doing with women corporate wears, and that is giving us 1.5 million people approximately that we can reach. So what is the question? So in this case, let's just assume that we are maybe working with men, for example, okay? Working with men, and we select men, and we have a potential reach of at least 2.1 million people based in Abuja and Lagos. That's the information we have given to Facebook. And look at this. The number of link clicks has gone to 140 to 406, which is even more than what we had when we had a potential reach of 11 million. So it's not just about the potential reach, it's about, detailing in on the right people who will likely patronize your business. Now here is detailed targeting. So it says define your audience by including or excluding demographics, interests, and behaviors. So we click on edit, and so now what we see here basically is you want to add some more information. You want to give Facebook some more call it measures to define who will see your ad. So these measures here will be determined by the people you're targeting, which is a result of the product or service you're offering. In this case, we want to target men, and we are selling corporate wears, corporate, suits, to men in Lagos and in Abuja, and that is what we want to do. So what are the demographics that would match these people that we are looking at? What are their interests? What could be the interests of these people? What kind of behaviors will these people have that we can use? When we talk of behavior, it could be like the kind of devices that these people use to access Facebook. Facebook knows the devices that people use to access it. So if you want people, for example, who use a certain kind of device, you can tell Facebook, oh, I want people who use this particular kind of device. Facebook knows. And that is what this allows you to do. It allows you to basically brush up on this target audience, their interests. You can even use where they work. So you can think of the organizations that probably require people to wear suits to work and all of that. And banks, of course, would come out tops most likely in that regard. So if you want to actually target people, you can actually target people even by where they work, because Facebook has those information. So let's, for example, say we are looking at bankers. So if we type any Nigerian bank, so let's say something like Zenith Bank, and let's see what happens. So you can see we have Zenith Bank, and over here is interest. It says people. When you look at it, it says the description: people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to Zenith Bank. Now you have Zenith Bank PLC, and when you look here, it says employers, and look at the description. It says people who listed their employer as Zenith Bank PLC in their Facebook profile. So you can see how powerful this is. People who work in Zenith Bank have actually told Facebook in setting up their Facebook profile that they work with Zenith Bank. So Facebook knows these people, and according to Facebook, there are about 11,545 of them as at the time we are looking at this setting up this training. So what it means is that I can select these people who work for Zenith Bank, okay, and then I can go back and maybe try other organizations. So if I look at something like First Bank of Nigeria, okay, so again you have First Bank of Nigeria, you have interest. So notice that the size of interest is 4.7 million people who are interested in First Bank or like pages related to First Bank. Of course, the staff of the bank would likely be among the people who like the bank of pages related to them. But of course, there will be other people who are non-staff of the bank who would like, pages related to First Bank. So, but this one here, where it talks about First Bank of Nigeria Limited and it says employers, it says these are people who listed their employer as First Bank of Nigeria Limited in their Facebook profile. So this is even more powerful. These are people who say they are working in the bank for First Bank. And the size of this population is 49,286 people. So this is you narrowing down to the people who have the capacity actually to patronize your business. So if we select this, okay, now we are potential reach 1,400. So we're just going to continue like this. So if we said something like Sterling Bank, let's see. Okay, Sterling Bank is here and it has 8,000, employees who are on Facebook and all of that. Then we can just go like that. Guarantee Trust Bank. Okay, so GTB is there. It says interest. So let's see if we find okay. So we have this GT Bank employers. So people who have said that they work at GT is 36,418 people, and we have interest of 2.9 million. So we want to select that people who work there because they are definitely going to need these suits, and these are men. So you see how we are narrowing down. You can see now audience definition. At this point, Facebook tells us that your audience is defined. Our audience is defined, and now potential reach is 3,000 people. Now this looks small, but guess what? Because we have narrowed down to the quality people who we need, who have the potential, who are most likely to patronize us, we can get even better result from these 3,000 people than if we were just targeting the 11 million people we had earlier that was not properly defined. Okay, and here Facebook is telling us that for this particular case, we are looking at reaching about 616 to 1,600 people daily, and we can expect to get link clicks of 21 to 59 persons. So if we have 21 to 59 persons daily clicking the link and going to where we have these suits that we made for corporate men in corporate world, we can actually expect to make some good sales because this is highly qualified audience. But of course we can go ahead to add other organizations. Maybe you want to talk about what other organization. So maybe it says Access Bank, for example. So we have Access Bank, and Access Bank has about 13,944 in terms of the employer, people who work for Access Bank, and Facebook has that information and knows all of those people. So our ads will be showing to those people. We'll just be following them, wherever they are. They open their phone, they will see our ads wherever they are, in their rooms, in the office, on the road, in the traffic. It does not matter. So we can say, oh, United Bank for Africa. Okay, do we have that here? UBA. Apparently that is not showing. Let's just try UBA, just UBA, and see what happens. Not all organizations may be there, but this is basically how it works. So don't quite see that. So now this is based on where people work. But of course, if you want to have a larger audience, you can of course look at people who also not just the employers, not those who work in this organization, but people who also express interest. But these are definitely a more qualified people to target. Now you can put other things. For example, you can target people by devices that they use. You can see here now, I just typed in Apple and it's showing me here these behaviors. What does it mean? When I put this here, it says this is Apple. It says owns iPhone 7. So if you want people who own an iPhone 7, Facebook knows those people, and it says people who are likely to own an iPhone 7 mobile device. So if I have something that I'm targeting, that I need people who owns a particular type of phone, I can target them. This is iPhone 7. Okay. This other one says Facebook access mobile iPhone XR. So people who have accessed Facebook with iPhone XR device, Facebook has that information. So you begin to see how you can use Facebook to actually target the right people. Now, if you're talking of an iPhone, you know that an iPhone, for example, has a certain rating. And if, of course, you know that people who can afford a certain type of iPhone definitely should be people who can afford a certain type of, suit and things like that. So depending on the category of suit you're selling, how expensive they can be and all of that, this can help you. For example, an iPad Air is probably something that is quite, expensive, and anybody who uh, owns this is someone who will likely be able to purchase your product. So this is how you can begin to use Facebook to really um hone in on your target audience. Look at here, Apple Watch. And Apple Watch can be quite expensive. So people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to Apple Watch, you can find those people. So this is how you can use some of these things, behavior. So let's say, for example, iPad Air, we just select that. Okay, so we type again, we type Apple again, and then says, so Facebook access iPhone X. So people who are likely to own an iPhone X device, if you type that, okay, and you select that, okay, watch what happens. Our potential reach has increased to 11,000 people. So this is how you can use devices. You can even say Samsung, for example. If you type Samsung, okay, this is Galaxy S8. People who are likely to own a Galaxy S8, this Galaxy S9, this Galaxy Note 8. So you can look at the device. This is Galaxy Tab S. People who likely own a Galaxy Tab S. Facebook has all of this information. So you can begin to use this information to really narrow down to the right audience for your business. Okay, so that is this Galaxy Note series. So people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to Samsung Galaxy Note series. Okay, maybe you select that. So you have to really research and ask yourself, what kind of devices would these people be using? What kind of platforms are these people engaging on? Those are the things you want to be able to do, in order to be able to find the right audience. So another thing you can do is this is for example, if I type Central Bank, let me see, if of Nigeria, so you can see Central Bank of Nigeria employers, people who say they work for Central Bank of Nigeria, that is it, and people who have interest in Central Bank. So we can click this. You can target even people who work for CBN. This is how you can sit in the comfort of your home or office, set up a Facebook ad, target the right people, but you need to research, understand your product, and understand the audience that best fits or suits that product or service you're offering. And then when you come to Facebook has this information. You simply tell Facebook what you want, and Facebook will do that for you. So we can go on and on to look at different things, different criteria, different things that we can use to basically delineate the right audience for our ad. So we can do that. So basically that is how it works. So one of the other things you want to do, for example, if you type something like shopping here, okay, you see you have shopping. It says people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to shopping. Because you're online, you want to sell suits. If somebody has been interested in shopping online, and Facebook knows that this person's behavior online is somebody who shops online and all of that, it is very likely that those are the kind of people who are going to be buying from you, who might like to buy from you, they have interest in shopping. Okay, you can even say online shopping, more specific, online shopping. And you see, Facebook brings that out. It says people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to online shopping, and you can just put that there. So Facebook has information on people like that, because these are behaviors. People who are likely have been shopping online, there is a tendency that they will continue to shop online. And one of the other things that you can do, of course, you can go ahead and keep adding other things. You can even go by the kind of persons that those people would be interested in. Maybe personalities, for example. If you talk of maybe the corporate world and all those kind of things, people who inspire people and things like that. So if I type some, or even personal development, people who are likely working in all those places might also be interested in personal development and things like that, because they want to reach the peak of their careers and all of that. So if you type people who are into personal development, you might also get information from Facebook target. You can see personal development. So people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to personal development, because these people are working as employees, they will continue to do trainings, they want to improve themselves and things like that. So you might be able to even add this. Maybe you click, okay, these people have to be interested in personal development, people who want to improve on themselves and all of that. You can even go to specifics, maybe people who are into that field of personal development. Maybe say somebody like maybe someone like Brian Tracy. Let's see if the name is here. Okay, so Brian Tracy, he's a popular name in the field of personal development, and you can even click that. So if there are people who work in these places and who have these behaviors and who are interested in Brian Tracy, you'll be able to target them. You will have someone like Tony Robbins, for example. Tony Robbins is another big name in the industry and stuff like. So this is how you can target people, and as you're doing that, you're seeing the potential reach. Now we have 1.3 million people. You're seeing the potential daily reach. You're seeing the potential number of clicks. So this is how you set up, your ad. Now, having done this, here it says exclude or narrow audience. So basically, you can exclude people who have certain, characteristics from this your audience, and you can also narrow your audience. For example, when I click on narrow audience, it says basically you can see that all of this information we have entered, it says and must also match. Okay, so if I put this cursor here, it says narrow audience. It says choose new targeting details to refine your audience from the people included above. So basically what it says, you see, you have this circle here and you have people in it, you have another circle here, and when you bring the two of them together, they intersect. So you want to target people who are in this intersection. It's a powerful way to to narrow down on even on better quality audience, to refine your audience and get even better results. So what you want to do, for example, is to think of a trait or a quality that would even make this your audience better. So there is something called engaged shoppers. Engaged shoppers. Okay. So engaged shopper, this is behavior when you see it. Now look at what Facebook says about that, the description. It says these are people who have clicked on the call to action button, shop now, in the past week. So Facebook knows people who within the past 1 week have clicked on a shop now call to action. So because when you're setting up your own ad, you're going to have to give a call to action button. You can say shop now, get offer, learn more, different things. So Facebook knows people who are actively, clicking on those kind of offers. And so you're telling Facebook, now I have told you the people I want, but I want to go a step further by making sure that these people, for example, have to be engaged shoppers. You can even see other things that Facebook has also placed here. It says relationship status. There are people who go on Facebook and announce they are engaged. Now, if you have products that will address those kind of people, you can use this to even target such people. Here it says people who listed their relationship status as engaged in their Facebook profile. Okay, so newly engaged and all those kind of things. You can use this to narrow things down. So if we click on this engaged shoppers, let's see what happens. Especially here, we can see that the 1.3 million people we had has been reduced to 270,000. So these are 270,000 people that are actively shopping on Facebook. Facebook has this information. So this is quality, 270,000 people. And we have the number of potential link clicks. So we can go with something of this nature. Okay. So the next thing, it asks you to save this audience. Okay. So you can click here, to save your audience, and then you will need to give that audience a name. So we can call it Suits Corporate Men. Okay, Suits Corporate oh Suits Corporate Men, and then I would save the audience. So by saving the audience, next time I want to run an ad, I don't need to go through this whole process again. I've saved this audience, so I will just need to select that particular audience, and then I will run ads to it. So now the next thing is placement. Okay, it says automatic placements recommended. Then there is manual placement. It says use automatic placement to maximize your budget and help show your ads to more people. It says Facebook's ads delivery system will allocate your ad set budget across multiple placements based on where they are likely to perform best. Then manual placement, say manually choose the places to show your ad. The more placements you select, the more opportunities you have to reach your target audience and achieve your business goals. So placements really is about where your ads will be shown. For example, when you go on Facebook and you're going through your Facebook feeds, and then you see an ad, maybe a video, maybe an image or whatever, it's an ad. So Facebook feeds is an ad placement. It's a place where your ads or people's ads can be shown. There are ads that can also be shown on apps. So that's why sometimes you open some apps that you downloaded, maybe from Apple Store, maybe from Play Store, and you see that there are some ads, So it's just about where to show your ads, whether on mobile devices or whether to show it on desktop also, or whether to show it on other places on Instagram and all of that, because you can actually show your ads on Instagram from Facebook, because Facebook and Instagram are basically the same family of companies, so they're integrated in such a way that you can set up an ad such as we are doing on Facebook. And if you have an Instagram business page that is linked to that Facebook, you can also make your ad show on Instagram, for example, on the news feed, on Instagram, on the stories, and all of those. So that is basically what placement is. So we can just leave it at automatic placement. What we can then do is that over time, as the ad runs, we'll be able to look at the details of the results, and we'll find out exactly which of the placements are performing best. And if we know what placements are performing best, we can optimize it for those placements. We can turn off the other placements, So basically that is about that. Here is optimization and delivery. So basically it says choose the event you want to optimize for in your ad set. It says your selection affects who sees your ads to get you the desired outcome. For example, if you choose to optimize for link clicks, we will show your ads to the people most likely to click your link. You see what it's saying? So Facebook knows the people who will most likely click on your ad. So if what you want is for people to click on your ad, Facebook knows those people. So here we optimize for link clicks. So if we click on this drop down here, you see it's giving us different options. Landing page views, for example, you say we'll deliver your ads to people who are more likely to click on your ads link and load the website. So you want to send people to a website, and you click on, if you choose this landing page views, it means that you are looking for people who will click on your ad and wait for the website you're taking them to load. Okay, Link clicks, it says we deliver your ad to people most likely to click on them, and all of those. So these are different things. So here we're just working with the link clicks. And here it says cost control, which is optional. It says set a cost control if you have a specific cost goal. If you don't set one, Facebook ad system will focus on spending your entire budget. Of course, we've already set the amount we want to spend daily. So because of that, this is not a critical thing to consider, and that's why it's optional. So we've already preset that we want to spend a certain amount maximum every day. So at the end of the day, based on what we have done, we look at this, our audience definition. We see our audience is defined. Our potential reach is 270,000. Reach, daily reach, about 3,800 to 11,000 people, and potential link clicks 141 to 407. And that is the estimates that we have, and that is based on what we have put. So if we go back to the audiences and we modify anything, here we are going to get a variation, a different result here. So you have to think through your ad, the objective, understand what you want to do, and that is it. So we click on next. So here what we need to do is identity. You see where it says identity, it says Facebook page. It says your Facebook page or Instagram account represents your business in ads. We started by creating a Facebook page. So here you're going to select that Facebook page, and if you have multiple Facebook pages, of course here you can click on a drop down, and if you look here you can see I have multiple Facebook pages. Okay, you have all of these Facebook pages here. So depending on the page that I want to advertise with, I will just choose that particular page. And in this case, I have this particular Facebook page chosen. Now it says Instagram account. It says select an Instagram account to represent your business in your Instagram ad. Instagram ad will use the Facebook page name and profile picture, as well as details like the description and number of followers. Okay, so if I click here, you see I have an Instagram page that is connected to this particular Facebook page. So because I have that, I will select this particular Instagram page. So what is going to happen, by the time I publish this ad and I say Facebook run this ad, what is going to happen is that when the ad is approved, the ad will be running on Facebook and it will also be running on Instagram. And what is the advantage? Because some of these people that we have targeted, some of them may be very active on Instagram and not so active on Facebook. Some may be active on Facebook and not so active on Instagram. But we now have the benefit of harnessing and maximizing the benefit of the two platforms all at once by simply setting up a page, setting up an advert from Facebook, and entering the various pages that are linked. So one of the things, of course, is that the pages have to be linked to each other, and that is how it works. So this is dynamic. So here is the ad setup. It says dynamic formats and creative. So basically you want to leave this for now. Okay, a bit more advanced stuff. Where you want to look at is here where it says format. Choose how you'd like to structure your ad. So single image or video, say one image or video, or a slideshow with multiple images. So if you have maybe a video of the product you want to advertise, you just select this. If you want to have maybe a single image or carousel, it says 2 or more scrollable images or videos. So sometimes you're going on Facebook and you see an ad and they have several images and you can basically scroll the images across. That is this option. That's what they use right here. So if you select that, that's what it's going to look like. And then collection, it's a group of items that opens into a full screen mobile experience and all of that. So to keep it simple, you might want to do something like this. Say select a single image. Okay, if you select a single image and then you then come down here, add creative. So select the media, text and destination for your ad. You can also customize your media and text for each placement. So here we had said we want to use a single image or video. So before now, you would have prepared the image or the video that you want to use for your ad. You would have prepared that image. So that's what you call the ad creative. You would have prepared it, shot the video, did everything, the editing, and prepared it for use. So that if you come to where you have ad media and you click on this, it says add image. If you want to add an image, add video. If you want to add a video and all of that, add from catalog if you already have uploaded on Facebook. So when you click on that, it simply goes, maybe if you saved an image in on your desktop or whatever, you find it and you just upload it. The same thing with video. If you saved it, you created a video you want to use for ad, and you do that. So you simply upload that, and that is it. So you can see here that, so basically here, okay, so when you have uploaded the image, the next thing is you want to talk about the product you're advertising or what you're saying to people. It says tell people what your ad is about. It says the primary text for your ad appears in most placements, though the positions varies. Okay, you can use ads to tag Facebook profiles or pages and all of that. And here you have optional headline. It says the headline will appear in most placements, but its position will vary by placement and all of that. Then description. Say description will show in your ad if it's likely to resonate with the person seeing it. Okay, so you want to tell people what your page is all about. And so beyond that, the next thing is destination. Where do you want to send people? Here you say you want to send people to a website or Facebook event or phone call. If you want to call someone and all of that, someone to reach out. So how do you want people to reach you? How do you want to connect? Where do you want to send people? So in this case, we are saying we want to send people to a website. Now here there is a website already, a website URL that I have placed here, and it's from this website that will have these images already extracted here. So you can see you have a wristwatch, you have this tea, you have this cosmetic product. So this is what you have on this website. So you can just put a website URL where you're sending people, and automatically the image you have on that website will be here if that is what you want to use. Otherwise, what you want to do and what is most recommended is to have a media created here. So let me just do this just for the sake of training. So if I click on this, so I have several images here. So I'm just going to select like this image. I'm going to say next. Okay, so let's just so I'll put this image, I say done. Okay, so you see that has changed. Now assuming that I have this wristwatch and I want to sell this wristwatch, okay, and then I have the image prepared and I've just gone to select that image and I've put it right here. You see it appears here. You see this one is Facebook newsfeed. You can see that's how it's going to appear there. This is Instagram newsfeed. This is Facebook marketplace. This is Facebook video feeds. This is Facebook right column. This is Instagram explore, and this is Messenger inbox. So this is showing you how, you know, this my product here, this wristwatch, is going to appear, you know, in different places, and that is what it is. So I have uploaded this. Now what do I want to say? Primary text. So I say the best watch for your wrist, you know, something like that. So you can see it appears here. So when people see this ad, they're going to see it here. And if I come to this headline and I can write here, it says order now for 50% discount. You can see it appears here. So this is how you do it. You write this, you can see it appears here, and basically you want to write something that will resonate with your audience. But of course, we know that our ads, we are running an ad for, Suits Corporate for Men. So definitely you're not just going to put a wristwatch when you are trying to target people who are going to wear suits. So you would have prepared a nice quality image or video ad creative which you're going to upload. So here would have been a picture of a suit, maybe worn by a model and looking very nice and all of that, and then you put it here because that is what you want to say. You have to put an image that tells people what you're advertising. And so that is basically that. So we are sending them to a website, and the website where you have your product or service is what you want to enter here. So in this case, we just have this website here just for the sake of this training, but you would have put your website address here, the URL, and that is it. So here it says display link optional. It says show a shortened link instead of your full website URL in some placement. The link should go to the same domain as your website. The position of the display link varies by placement. So you can enter a shortened link instead of your full website address. Basically that, because sometimes some URL will be so long and all, so you might want to just shorten it, and that is it. Another thing you might want to do is you can also use certain platforms to shorten a long URL. For example, you have a Bitly. Bitly is spelled Bitly, bitly.com. So bitly.com is a URL shortening service. So sometimes you can sign up on bitly.com and shorten a long URL, and then you can enter the URL right here. That's basically that. Now here is call to action. You see, this is very important. It says show a button or link on your ad that represents the action you want people to take. So when we were setting up our ads and doing imputing detailed targeting for our audience, one of the things I mentioned was engaged shoppers. And Facebook told us that engaged shoppers are people who have clicked on a shop now action, call to action button within the past 1 week. So we want people to purchase our suits, right? These men that we're showing this into. So we just come here and say, okay, what is the best distance? So we'll say shop now because we want to sell. We want to pass the message across and tell people what action we want them to take. Shop now. So we'll put that because we had put the engaged shoppers. We want these people to click on the ad and buy our product. So we'll put this shop now right here. Languages, you don't need to bother that. Default, of course, is probably your English, and that's what you're targeting. And here, tracking. It says track event data sets to contain the conversions your ad might motivate. Okay, so basically here you have a pixel. This is pixel set up already for me and for my website and all of that. What this does is it helps to track. Obviously you can see it's under tracking. So when you set up an ad and the ad starts running, as people interact with your ads, interact with the website where you're sending people, take various actions on your website, purchase things, input their details, input payment information, Facebook tracks all of that. What that helps you to do is that subsequently you can run a retargeting ad and use that information and tell Facebook, you know what, these people are people who have actually interacted with this ad, they've interacted with my business, they have purchased something. Now I want you to retarget them, reach those people again. And you can also tell Facebook that you want Facebook to reach people who are similar to the people that have taken valuable actions on your website. So using Pixel can help you, in subsequent ads to basically ramp things up very quickly and get even better results. So it's like collecting data. Pixel helps you to collect data that is going to help you to run even more perfect, more result oriented, more effective ads, in the future. So as it is, we have basically finished setting up this ad. So all we need to do is just to hit publish right here. If I hit publish, the ad is going to be immediately submitted to Facebook. And when it's submitted, what's going to happen is that it's going to spend some time being reviewed. And of course, in this case, we've used the image of a wristwatch. Of course, people who are in corporate world can also buy wristwatches. That's also true. So why not? So this can even serve for the same purpose, assuming you have this wristwatch, for example, available for sale. So that is basically what this is about. So we hit publish. So the ad is going to be approved, hopefully, and then the ad will start running. So what I want to do, we can go back, to Ads Manager, having published our ad, and can go back to Ads Manager. Yeah. So if the ad gets approved, it should start running. So here you can see in our Ads Manager, we'll have this ad that we just created, suits for corporate. Okay, you see that it's here. It's saying an account error. That's basically because we need to add some money to the account to get the ads to start running, but it's not yet published. I mean, it's not yet approved, but once it's approved, the ad should start running if we just put money in the account. And the other thing is here, you see here, turn off campaign. You can see that most of these campaigns here are all turned off. It's only these two. This one we just set up now, and this other one that are turned on, and it's showing account error because the money that we had put in the account had exhausted. So if we put money in this account now, this will start running. It's going to show active, and this also, once it's approved, will show active and also start running. So this is really the ABC of Facebook, advertising as a beginner. These are the steps you take to get your Facebook ad set up. The other thing you need to do is, of course, to then begin to look at the results you have from your ad. For example, if we look at something like this ad here, so you can say view charts. Okay, view charts. So you see, begin to look at the performance, the results, link clicks, people reached, amount spent, about 11,000 naira spent so far on this ad. These are the result, cost per result. So you can see cost per result, we are basically under 60 naira per link click, and this is an ad that is delivering to the US. Okay, so we even got to less than 40 naira per, so here is 36 naira 62 kobo per link click. So that is basically that. So for 36 naira or thereabout, I get someone in the US to click my ad and go to the page of interest and take some actions, and that is how it works. That's performance. And you have demographics, and of course it begins to help you to understand your ad. So now you can understand what's working and what's not working. You can see here men 33%, women 67%. So apparently more women are responding to this ad than the men. So maybe if I want to go by gender, I might want to focus more on the women. You have more of the responses, and then look at the age bracket. So this ad, people are responding to it more who are of an advanced age class, as you can see right here. Okay, so placement. So this is trying to understand the results from your ads. So you can see this is Facebook. Okay, Facebook is telling you the placement and all of that. This is the results. You can see the reach and all of that, and this is reach, this is result, the number of clicks and all of that. So that is what it gives you. This is Facebook. Okay, assuming the ad was showing on Instagram, it would have given us the results here and all of that, but this is basically Facebook. That is where everything kind of happens. So okay, so this is basically what you need to know about your ads, how to get to see how your ads have performed essentially. The other thing which I said I'll talk about, which I will have to try to get to as quickly as possible, is what is known as audience insights. So this right here, audience insights. So I'm just going to open that in a new tab and just to say a thing or two about that audience insights. So I mean, as the name implies, through this whole ad setting up experience, creating ads, your audience is one of the key things you need to do. Your audience is one of the most important aspects of an ads creation, Facebook ads. You target the wrong audience, you miss it. So audience is very important, how to narrow down to the right audience. So it says choose an audience to start. Okay, everyone on Facebook or people connected to your page. Okay, so now what this does is that Facebook, gives you insight into audience to enable you run even more effective ads. Now here it gives you option to decide the location. So as I've shown you, I have ads that I've run to the US or that run in the UK, for example, from Nigeria. Now what do I need to do? I select the country where I want to target. In this case, let's say United States, for example, just to show you that you can, target anybody anywhere. So United States, and we'll select that. So the next thing that we want to do is it asks you of gender. Okay, gender, age, and all of that. So you want to be able to state what age or this thing you want. So based on what we said, in setting up our ads, we need to know what age range depending on what product or service. So let's say we are selling a product and we think that people who would be interested in it should start maybe from age of 30, maybe to something like 55, for example. Now you notice that when we change the ages, these more like a kind of a histograms and bars here kind of change, to reflect what we have. Gender, is it men only or women only or both? Then interest, this is where it becomes really important. See, when you click on this interest, what happens? It tells you business and industry, entertainment, family, fitness and wellness, food and drink, hobbies, shopping and fashion. So let's look at this shopping and fashion, because we were just talking about running an ad for shopping and all of that. And then this is what it gives us. So this is demographics based on age and gender, based on relationship and education level, based on job title. So we are seeing that here we have these people in management who have job title as a management or something like that. They seem to be one of the highest, and legal service and all of that. So basically what you want to do, you come to where you have page likes. Okay, if you click on page likes, let's see what happens. So these are Facebook pages. Okay, these are Facebook pages that will have this bookvip.com, Lama, Budweiser, Bud Light, all those kind of things, IKEA. And so apparently these are Facebook pages that are related to whatever it is we have typed here. So let us say, for example, let's be more specific. Let's say we are trying to sell products for something related to pets. So let's say pet food, for example, and let's see what happens to the page likes. You can see that the pages here have changed. Okay, you see it has changed. So we have Chewy, Pets Smart, Petco. These are Facebook pages that are related to pet food. So in creating your ad, you remember when we were looking at interests, you can begin to type something like this Chewy PetSmart, Petco, or DUSA, all these pages that Facebook has told us is related to pet food. When you type it, it's going to bring out those things. And basically what it's saying is that you're telling Facebook that people who are interested in these pages on Facebook, that you want to target them. And because you know that these people definitely they have interest in pet food, so you want to target them. Maybe you are selling pet food, you target those people here. So that is basically how it works. So you can look for any other thing, maybe people who are into maybe weight loss, for example. Okay, weight loss. Let's see what it tells us. So you can see you have extreme weight loss, weight loss fitness, and all those things. So you just click on one here, and let's see what happens with our page likes and all of that. So it doesn't give us anything on that. So we can always change that and find something else. Okay, let's try this one and see whether we have something. Okay, so now you see we have pages. Facebook is giving us pages related to our interest, because we are trying to find people. Maybe this time around we are trying to sell some weight loss product or something to people, and we need to find people that are related to that. Now we can take note of all of these, and when we go back to Facebook, we'll be able to say, oh, this Eat Fit Fuel, it's a Facebook page. We want to target people who like this page, because we already have an insight that there are people who like this page. Facebook is giving us that. So that is how we can go ahead and target people. If we want something maybe on parenting, maybe you have a parenting coaching class or something like that, you can say maybe parenting, and you click on that, and you want to see what Facebook tells you. So apparently we don't have much information on that, so maybe you can reframe it and say parenting. Okay, so you have option parenting magazine. So let's see whether we have something. Again, you see it's telling you positive parenting solutions, bad parenting moments, scary moments, or the children's place. So it begins to give you Facebook pages that are related to the interest. So now in your targeting, you can begin to target those Facebook pages, and Facebook is going to show your ads to people who are interested in those pages. If you remember, when we're entering things like banks, when we put that, we'll see that Facebook tells us that these are people who have shown interest in pages related to that particular bank and things like that. The same way we have this here. So this is how you can use Facebook targeting, or Facebook audience insight, to find the exact pages where people are on Facebook who will be interested in the things that you're selling, or the services you're offering. So that is about Facebook audience insights. I mean, of course, you have this location, so that's another thing. So it can give you not just that it tells you the page likes, but it gives you the location where those people are. You can see what it's saying here. It says selected audience is 100% more likely to be in this group compared to Facebook users. So it gives you the numbers here. So you have Collin, Texas, USA. You have Pima County, Arizona. So in selecting the places where you want to target, you can even be very specific by putting this Collin, Texas, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, Denton County, Texas. So you can be able to put precise location, precise interest, and that is how powerful Facebook can be. And of course, here it tells you activity, basically ads, clicks, and all of that, to give you an idea how maybe active these people are. And then device user, desktop and mobile. You can obviously see from here desktop and mobile only, iPhone, iPad, Android. So already you see that these are iPhone, iPod. So these are devices that these people use, that you want to target. You want to be looking at Android users, mobile users, and all of that. iPhone users, those are people you want to target. And like when we are doing the audience targeting, we looked at using devices that people engage or interact with Facebook with, or interface with Facebook with. to target them. And so this is a very important tool, audience insight. And there is a whole lot more. Facebook is really vast, and I would say deep as well, but then this is to get you started. So guys, you have more than enough information already on Facebook advertising as it stands, and you can follow the steps we have outlined to create your Facebook ads and begin to get the results that you want for your business. And you can begin to take your business higher. You get the visibility that you require. If you're not online, then your business is dying gradually. That is the fact. That is the reality of the world that we have currently. So guys, I hope you got value from this training, and thank you for staying with me throughout this, and um, I wish you all the best in your business, and good luck to you. Thank you very much.